Hello there, hello boys again. The Newcastle United agenda has been massive for us actually. Thank you to all the Newcastle United supporters that left all their comments and all their views, especially counteracting what we said last week. I'd like to also welcome back Emmy from his Corona trip. Now, just before we get into it, a lot of the commentary that was left by the supporters and their reactions was all positive of the takeover itself. So there was no bad blood or anything like that. Obviously, in the end, there was a few that obviously don't like the Saudi prince himself due to his political agenda. But we're here to speak about football. Now, a lot of the feedback that we receive from their supporters is they love Steve Bruce, but they don't think that he should be there if this takeover does happen. Mm-hmm. A lot of the commentary also supported Rafa Benitez to come back, and also with the new manager as well, being Posh himself, considering that the money that they would have. So we had one user on YouTube, Uggy Bear, okay? Bruce, nice guy, but no way we keep him on. I think that's pretty much self-explanatory on his view. Phil K 1080. Now, he shared his views on the tough times and is happy to be patient in the rebuilding of the club. I think that's something that you would go through if you spend nearly £300 million to buy a club. You can't just expect instant success. Just shout out to the Newcastle United videos page on YouTube as well. Just to summarise, they want to maximise potential. We need the best of everything, including a manager. So I think that's all pointing towards the direction of no more Steve Bruce, Posh and Rafa to be brought in. Before we just get into just a bit of a quick update, you reckon that's the route that they should be taking? Steve Bruce out and Rafa or Posh, or even just a world-class manager? We'll start with you, Ohms.
If they were to do that, that's too harsh. That's way too harsh.
But would you trust Steve Bruce with £200 million war chest?
I don't know, man. Like, you can't just push him out. It's not fair, man. Like, you never know. Like, he might surprise a lot of people. You never know. But I said it before. Rafa Benitez should have never got rid of him. Like we spoke about it last week. He's done awesome. He did awesome with the team he had. With, like I said, I had more money in my pocket than Newcastle's. Freaking that tight ass Mike actually was investing into that club.
So you're saying go more Rafa direction rather than Posh?
I think so. Obviously, both awesome options. But we had this discussion last week again. He's had those players. He did well with them, with what he had, and with proper backing. I reckon he can go further with that club.
Okay, Ems.
Look, I understand Ohms to a certain degree that it's unfair to get rid of someone, but at the same time, you're spending big money on this club, massive takeover. Fans obviously have huge expectations. I think you guys hit the nail on the head. I think, Fatih, you were talking about it last week, saying that these managers are available right now. And come mid-season, you see that, the job's not getting done. Are they still going to be available? Do you take that risk and play out half a season knowing it's not working out? So I think with the money needs to come big decisions need to be made, and I think a decent coach is one of them.
100%. I agree with the whole manager change here. I'll probably lean towards Rafa Benitez more than Maurizio himself. Yeah. Only because Rafa's just more familiar with the club, familiar with the staff. He's been there before, and the crowd did love him. Now imagine backing up with a massive war chest. So, I pretty much agree with majority of the Newcastle supporters there. Regarding the takeover itself, I think the media is just trying to add a lot of spin to it until it's actually being agreed upon and stuff like that. There's a bit of an issue currently with. Now, I've only just started reading into this. I don't think many people actually know about all this stuff. So, there's an issue with piracy, obviously, worldwide, whether it's football, movies, etc., etc. Mm-hmm. Now, there's a site, or a channel, I should say. It's called I'm going to pronounce it as boutique, but it's spelled out BeoutQ. So I'm guessing it's boutique or BeoutQ, whatever you want to call it. Now, they've been heavily going head-to-head with a lot of sporting franchises around the world. Now, they've only just recently come onto massive headlines because literally everyone's suing the crap out of them. Now, this is a Saudi-based channel company. Now, to the point where it's actually been backed by a satellite provider. So these guys, backed by Arabsat, are broadcasting games without anyone's permission. So literally no one's permission. Now, this goes back because obviously with the Middle East turmoil between Saudi and their allies and Qatar and how they blocked it out. Don't want to get full into the political world, but obviously we know beIN Sports is from Qatar. So
I was going to say the name is so ironic, man.
So beIN Sports obviously
Beout.
holds majority of the footballing rights across the entire Middle East, and they're trying to put their footprint pretty much in football world. Now, ever since that's been happened, a new channel has come up. Now, this channel is illegal to begin with, like from the get-go. It's literally a piracy channel, to the point where they did have the 2018 Champions League final, like with no broadcasting rights whatsoever. They just played it.
That's amazing.
They did the NBA finals. They did the World Cup, and F1 and everything, to the point where, from a legal standpoint, FIFA, the F1, the UEFA, La Liga, and all the governing bodies of world tennis, just them, have all tried to sue this company.
Sounds like Mia Khalifa.
It's
Why are they
literally-
trying? I mean, like, they should be suing.
Because of the way that the Saudi company is backed, and because they're you can actually go into a store and buy like what you do a Foxtel set-top
Beout
box.
box.
Yeah, like an actual box from a normal company. Like you could go to JB Hi-Fi or something and buy a box from them that's for this company. So it's not like, you hire some guy that lives under a bridge somewhere and he comes out and installs a satellite on your house. You can actually, it's legal. You go on, you turn it on, you activate it and everything. And I think a lot of pressure is coming down on the Saudi government themselves to actually step in and close this. But I don't think anything's actually happening because this has been actually going on for 4 or 5 years now. So this is not something new. Like if you're playing the 2018 Champions League final, it's already been 2 years.
So how's this affecting the Newcastle takeover?
Now, from a Newcastle point of view, they're trying to put pressure on the Prince himself or the Saudi-based company to resolve this issue before they'll let anyone come into the Premier League themselves. Now, I feel like the media is trying to spin this as much as possible, but in my opinion, I think money talks, and that the company backed to buy Newcastle United will buy them as per normal. But the spin to this is just so funny because if this was happening in another country, you'd be sued out of your arsehole pretty much. Okay.
Yeah.
And it came to the point, like, this is how bad it's become. Like, the beIN Sports actually declined to renew its F1 deal, so the Formula One, because everything that they're showing is on this channel. So it's affected that sport in general. Now, how it affects from a footballing perspective, if beIN Sports is no longer wants the Premier League rights, this is a massive loss amount of money for the Premier League itself, which then results in obviously downgrading money, downgrading clubs, revenue, and it just works down the chain. All because one channel wants to just show the games without it paying for anything, pretty much. My opinion, I don't think it's going to affect it at all, but yeah, I think the media is just trying to spin on this as much as possible until the actual takeover is done themselves. Besides that, there is no actual proper update on the Newcastle. It's just the media just trying to find add the most spin as possible on this. So if you're in there, in the Arab Peninsula, I should say, and you get boutique, let us know. Let us find out what this channel actually has.
And show us how to use it.
And show us how to use it.
We do not endorse piracy on this channel.
Yes, we recommend you buying all the content as much as possible.